Before we get started with today's drive, I would like to thank our sponsor for this video, Phantom Wallet. This is my daily wallet. It's a well-engineered product that I really have enjoyed using the last year or so. This is the Phantom R. It's their higher-end model. You can bolt on a number of different attachments to the back. This is the key holder attachment, and I really like this because it kind of combines everything that I need out of my wallet. I can hold my keys, I can have a money clip on the other side that I bolt on, hold some cash, and I can fan out all my cards like this. There are a number of different finishes, color choices, card capacities, pretty much customizable to anything that you need. Check them out at phantomwallet.com and use the code TOPHER for 10% off your order.
This is Substitute Topher here with the actual Topher, and today we're driving the 2021 Honda Civic Type R Special Edition. As you can see, all that yellow out there. And I just realized people are seeing your face in the passenger seat today. That's a little...
The Topher face reveal in the Civic Type R. A pretty momentous video.
Yeah, well, it's the appropriate car to do that in because you always rave about this car, so I figured it was probably time that I should drive one and see what it's like.
Yeah, you've never driven a Type R.
I have not. Your
last job was at a Honda dealership, and you never really saw one or got near one.
No, which...
Ironically enough.
Yeah, I know, it's very odd. I did all that time at Big Honda, and I never even got to sit in a Type R, so I'm happy today that I'm able to drive number 16 of this special edition. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty early car.
It is, yeah. The next Type R we drive will be the newest one.
Yeah.
With the slightly nicer interior, better infotainment.
Right.
Who knows how it'll drive or how it'll feel, but as it sits, this thing is just, it's incredible.
Yeah, it is. As long as you make sure to park it in the shade because the shift knob's metal. And it'll get really hot and burn your hand.
You have a similar metal shift knob in your Lexus.
I do.
And your girlfriend made you a little like cozy for it so it doesn't burn your hand, right?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
freeze your hand.
It's great for all seasons because the metal shift knob is either extremely hot to the point where you get like actual burns on your hand if you touch it, or so cold that it's just like super uncomfortable to touch, where like if you dumped water on it, it would just turn to ice.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a shift.
If any of them get you, it's the 1-2.
Yeah. I love that little pew between gear shifts. It just makes this car that much more fun to drive.
You said it's more apparent from the driver's seat.
It is, yeah. When we rode over here, I didn't even notice it from the passenger seat, so.
I don't know if I've sat in the passenger seat of a Type R before.
Ah. Two Tophers traveling together.
Tirelessly. On a Tuesday.
In a Type R.
Yeah. Tremendous.
Auto rev match.
Yeah, you can kind of play with auto rev match and do your own inputs, and it makes you feel like a hero, but also it because the rev match isn't the fastest system. It's not super responsive like the Cayman GT4 was, or a Veloster N.
Yeah.
It's a little lazy. It's gotten better though in this limited edition.
Okay. Subaru's taking the racing line.
I know. Crosstrack. I'm surprised it's not just going off road.
Yeah, it should just go straight. Certainly feel every bump on the road with this thing on these low-profile tires and 20-inch wheels.
Yeah.
But it's not like an obnoxious ride, though. It's not like a Focus RS.
That's right. Your dad has a Focus RS.
He does, yeah.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, I've never driven anything that rides as stiff as that car just for no reason. Like, I don't know.
I think the stiffness actually takes away grip from that car. Like, it would have more grip if the suspension wasn't on the blocks.
Yeah, well, it's so bouncy that you're like, yeah.
The tire is bouncing over the pavement instead of staying on the pavement.
Right.
Honda's done a really nice job with suspension tuning. Even in this limited edition, which is slightly stiffer, Plus R mode is a little firm. You can feel it. And I was thinking in my review that it might be a little too stiff for some bumpy tracks. But there's sport mode and then there's comfort mode, which really dulls everything down. You feel the difference in response.
Yeah, and you also get piped in exhaust noise, right, with the R mode?
Yeah,
I feel like it gets louder.
It sounds a lot louder.
Yeah, just the downshift from 6 to 5. Yeah, it's definitely quite a bit louder. I don't know how I feel about how this sounds. I wouldn't say that it's like the best sounding thing ever, but I don't think that matters in this car.
It's better
so
than
many
the
other
Civic
things.
SI was, which sounded like the worst Gran Turismo fake engine noise I've ever heard.
I don't know what it is now with manufacturers piping in exhaust noise, but
it doesn't make a lot of sense in sports cars, because the reason you would pipe noise in is because there's too much sound insulation.
right.
So you wouldn't be able to hear the intake or the exhaust.
Yeah.
But in a sports car, that's not the case, and definitely not the case in this limited edition Type R, because they've actually taken sound deadening out to reduce weight.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's a trend. We'll see. Maybe someday we'll see it with electric cars, and that'll make a ton of sense.
I like this car.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. However, I think my favorite part so far is the fact that the steering wheel's Alcantara.
Yeah, what do you think about the steering?
I like the steering. It's I don't know if I have a full review on the steering yet, but
This is your first 5 minutes in the Type R.
literally, yeah. Tires are sticky.
I like that you can feel the vibration of the engine through the rim of the steering wheel.
Yeah, you can. Something's rattling up here as well.
There's some serious rattles going on in the back of the dashboard. Those wearing headphones can probably tell exactly where that's coming from.
Exactly, yeah. No, it's good though. I can see why people like these so much, and I don't think it would be too terrible to daily this. We were actually just talking about that. I think the only thing that you'd really have to change is put a set of like 18s on it with slightly bigger sidewalls.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have a friend that has a shop in Illinois, has a customer that has one of these cars, and she's in all the time with bent wheels and blown tires and whatnot because she drives it a lot. I feel like a lot of these cars probably aren't driven as much, so the 20s don't matter, but you can get a nice stylish set of 18s and rock this thing around on some nice sticky thick tires and it'd be great.
Yeah, I really wonder what the reason was for the 20. I mean, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the official response from Honda, is it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
You know, okay, fine. But lap times, I'm sure there's a video out there that's comparing 20-inch wheel lap times to 18-inch wheel lap times, and there can't be that much of a performance difference.
Right.
And maybe there's a change in steering feel or torque steer, but I don't know. I feel like just the fact that you don't have to worry about hitting a pothole and destroying a wheel would make it worth getting 18s or 19s on this car.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Police reported ahead.
Oh, thank you, Jeeves. I think that Honda was so focused on going bonkers with the design of this car that could have also added to why they put 20s on it, because it's
true.
so insane looking.
And faster on the Nürburgring.
Well, because the Nürburgring's the only thing that matters ever in life.
Yeah, that's true. And this, I think, is the front-wheel drive record holder for around Suzuka.
Okay.
So this car was tested and benchmarked a lot there, along with, I'm sure, the Nürburgring too.
Yeah. So the sticker says 44 and some change, but how much would you actually have to pay for this car if you were going to go and buy it at a dealership?
60, 70.
Yeah.
Crazy numbers.
Oh yeah.
And it's, there are definitely some performance advantages in this limited edition, and the fact that it's just yellow, which is awesome.
It's extremely yellow.
Yeah.
Phoenix yellow. Which, this is a better Phoenix yellow than BMW's old Phoenix yellow. That was like pea.
Yeah, that's right.
But this is a good yellow. Yeah. No, this is good. Yellow's hard to get right because a lot of the times yellow is either too pale or too dark, and it just looks bad. But I think this is a good yellow on this car.
I was thinking that earlier today. I was walking up to it, and it's not school bus yellow. It's not diluted yellow. It's about right. It's
it is.
It's similar to the old S2000s.
I would say it's very close to that yellow. Yeah. Nice turn in. Hang back for a second here. Don't want any rock chips in our nice yellow paint either.
That's right.
I also really like the brake feel on this car. It's very solid pedal feel. It's exactly what you'd expect for a performance hot hatch to feel like.
Yeah, really nice bite from the pads.
Oh yeah.
Race car brakes.
Yeah.
And they really bring you down from speed.
linear as well. Very linear.
Yeah.
I mean, that corner was effortless. It's like the car is like laughing at me for going too slow.
I know. Yeah, on the street, it's really hard to approach the limits of this car.
Yeah.
You get it on track, and it just is amazing for 3 laps until it overheats. And then
Yeah.
you gotta come in.
It's easy to shift fast as well.
Yeah.
You're like worried that you're gonna miss a gear. Smooth shifter, short shifter.
They've improved that
It's
a
good.
little bit. The shifter's gotten better.
Okay.
2020 model year.
So they've made like, you said that they've improved like a couple of things for 2021. So they have been making tweaks over the years then to like continue perfecting the car, like the rev matching, the shifter feel.
They have.
Is there anything else that's...
They added a decent cruise control system.
Oh,
Before
okay.
it was just like an on button, an up and a down switch, and a cancel, and that was it.
Okay.
It didn't even show you what speed you could set to. But now the lane keep assist works well. The adaptive cruise control works really well. And you can always turn everything off with the press of a button if you're doing like a track day. You want
Right.
to disable the collision warning.
That's easy enough.
Yep.
It's a good speed for this. 70. Or some miles an hour. Alleged miles an hour. I mean, I still didn't even feel like I was pushing it to the limit there.
You did a good job avoiding every single pothole. On
Yes.
the entrance ramp.
Oh yeah.
It's something you have to actively do.
You have to do that when you live in Michigan.
Driving a Type R.
Yeah.
I notice when I drive this, I'll have to like increase my following just behind cars on bumpy
So you can see.
highways, so you can
Yeah.
see and like avoid stuff, you know.
I like this. I'm really excited for the 22 because they've improved the interior so much and the ergonomics of everything. So
It is a big
hopefully,
improvement. I
yeah.
hope it retains the raw, visceral driving character
Right, yep.
of this car with like the user-friendly nature of the new car.
yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Is this car feels so good to drive, and it's still like that previous era of like rawness in the car. So hopefully the 2022 will still be like that. I think that I have a feeling that they're going to tone down like the exterior craziness,
Oh,
because
definitely.
the 22 in general is toned down a little, but
Big time. Yeah, this 10th Gen Civic was designed with a ruler and a scalpel and like a samurai sword, and the new one was just kind of like, oh, well, let's make a minimalist,
Yeah.
smooth, soft Civic.
yeah.
I think it'll do okay.
Yeah. I would say next to the steering wheel, these seats are like one of the best things in this car. The seats are so awesome and they look amazing. However, the back seat is black and the front seats are red.
That's
so that's
true.
like a quirk.
It
but,
is
you know.
definitely a quirk.
It's
Many
just like-
Honda isms in this Honda.
Yeah. Such a satisfying like pedal and shifter combo, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's great. I love it.
It has excellent inputs.
It is.
You really can only appreciate it when you drive it. I mean, you can talk about it until you're blue in the face on the camera, but
Yep.
you have to drive one of these cars to really appreciate how good they are and how tactile, visceral they are compared to everything else that's new on the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there's not much that competes with this anymore. You've got the Veloster N,
Yep. Kind of the GTI, but not really.
the R, Golf R, I would say, more
Golf
so.
R is all-wheel drive.
True, that R, yeah, that's all-wheel
Kinda
drive. So,
fat now.
yeah, Mini Cooper, John Cooper Works.
The John Cooper Works Mini Cooper.
So, I guess final thoughts on the Type R. It's excellent. I can understand why people rave about this car all the time, especially the Topher over here. I've been hearing about it now for 3 or 4 years about how excellent the Type R is. I understand it now. Everything just feels proper. The way the steering is, brakes, throttle response, shifter. The steering wheel is great to have your hands on, to touch. The material is fantastic. It looks the part. I think that we're running out of cars that look bonkers nowadays, so
Yeah.
it's nice to have this. It's an all-around great package. I hope that we continue to have cars like this in the US market. This is one of the last ones, so hopefully the next gen Type R will continue the legacy of this one. We'll be able to keep it around. But overall, yes, good car. Substitute Topher seal of approval. Good stuff.
And then there's the Integra that's coming out.
Yeah,
At some point
well,
too.
is that the Honda or an Acura?
It's gonna be an Acura.
An Acura, okay.
No idea what to expect
No.
from that. Some
Maybe.
exciting stuff on the horizon. I mean, everyone's getting in their last hurrah. We'll see.
Yeah. I can't hear the dash rattling anymore. All right, we'll park this and then we'll do a exterior walk around. If you haven't already watched Chris's video on this car and you don't know what this thing looks like.
Yeah, this is only like the 15th Type R video that we've uploaded.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows what this
Onto
looks
the
like,
channel.
but we'll do a little exterior walk around too. Nice electronic parking brake there. Kind of wish it did have a manual parking brake, because then you could do handbrake turns.
No.
Yeah.
We live in the era of the demise of the handbrake turn for the front-wheel drive Honda.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us Tophers on this drive today. Had a lot of fun.
Do you think this should be all-wheel drive?
No,
How come?
I don't think so. Well, I think that like the soul of a hot hatch is still a front-wheel drive, or at least front-wheel drive biased car.
Yeah.
I love driving the RS, but this still feels more like a hot hatch, like a traditional hot hatch.
This reminds me of high school.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
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 Clutch dumps, massive burnouts.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
I was driving a turbo Cobalt SS in high school, so this really
Yeah.
I still have it, but this
You drove today.
yeah, this really reminds me of high school. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Little
front wheel
trips
drive.
between shifts. you
Yes. Yeah.
know?
Good stuff.
Losing to minivans occasionally.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. No, it's front wheel drive perfected, I think.
Yep.
And that's a big part about, I think it's a big reason that makes it so good, is if it were all-wheel drive, it would be heavier, it'd be slower around track.
Mhm.
I mean, this puts its power down so well with the tires that are on here, with the aero, with everything. The whole package just works. And all-wheel drive would have added complexity, weight, cost, and it would have been completely unnecessary. The engineers really figured out what they were doing with this car. And if you want an all-wheel drive car, go get a Focus RS and
Golf R.
a good dental plan, because
Yep.
you'll rattle your teeth out. Or an STI. There are all-wheel drive cars on the market.
Yep.
But this is faster than all of them around a track because it's well engineered.
All right, everyone. Well, as I said earlier, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.